Okay friends, one of the first things we need to do to get started on our headlamp assemblies is to get this grill out of the way. To do that, first what I like to do is remove all 4 of our mounting screws for these lamps down low. Once they're out of the way, we'll move along. Now we need to remove the wiring harness from it. Just squeeze this tab, turn it counterclockwise. It's a good idea to check your bulbs, make sure they don't need to be replaced. If they do, now's a perfect time to do that. Let's do the same to the other side. Now that we have the lower lamps out, let's move along to some of the other mounting bolts for this. You're going to find there's 7mm headed bolts, one there, here in the center, there in the center, one far at the end, and then you're also going to find one in the center right here. A lot of ours are missing, so don't pay attention to that, but that's the location. Now what you want to do is reach your hand inside here. You're going to find a little tab that you can lift up on. That's going to make it so you can pop this off. Do the same on this side. All right, so let's go ahead and pull off our grill. Now you just want to go ahead and remove the wiring for the marker lights. And let's get this out of the way. Now we have a nice clear view of our mounting bolts for our headlamp assembly. You're going to find that there's 2 down along the bottom, and then there's also 2 up along the top. Let's remove all 4 of those, and then we'll get the wiring off of the back. Now looking at this from the back side, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the wiring harness. Just lift up on this tab right here, and you should be able to draw this off. It's always a good idea to take a look at your wiring connectors, make sure you don't see any funny colors. Assuming it looks good, just set it aside. We'll do the same to the other bulb over here. There we are, friends. All right, friends, now it's going to be time to install our brand new headlamp assembly. Something that I want to mention real quick is your adjustment's going to be located right here, and there's another one located right here. These ones right there are just to kind of unscrew the headlamp assembly from the backing itself. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect in our bulbs. It's a good idea to go ahead and replace the bulbs if you haven't yet. Generally, if the lamps are no good, the bulbs are probably no good as well. And of course, it's apart. Make sure those are connected in perfectly. Let's line this up with the holes, start in all of our bolts, and we'll snug them up. Obviously, now's a great time to do the other side. Okay, now it's going to be time to get our grill back on here. Let's just get it around the headlamp assemblies. Slide it right on there. There we are. Down along the bottom, just give it a loving bonk. That'll snap it in. That's perfect. Let's put in our mounting screws. All right, let's get our marker light back in there now. There we are. Now let's continue on to getting our lamp assembly back in. Just going to line up those tabs, make sure it's locked so it can't break free. Now let's go ahead and snug up all of our screws. Okay, let's do the same to the other side. Okay friends, we got both headlamp assemblies in here. All you have left to do is go ahead and give them a test, and then of course, align them. This is going to be a general tutorial on how to aim your brand new TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, so looking at your brand new TRQ headlamp assembly, you're going to see where your low beam is, and you'll see a little dot right in the center. And that is the axis point, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with an erasable marker, just so it's easier to see. Next, what we need to do is measure from the level ground up to this point and take note of that measurement. Now we're just going to pull the car up to our wall. On our vehicle, we remember that the measurement was 28 inches for our access point. Your vehicle may be different, but that's where I'm going to put this tape, just above that 28 inches. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so let's just back the vehicle up, straight back 25 feet from the wall. And now that we moved our vehicle 25 feet back from the wall, we're going to start with our measurement here. That's where the headlamp center is. We're going to go down 4 inches on the driver's side. On the passenger side, we have our line here. What we need to do is go down 2 inches. To adjust the driver's side, we're going to cover our passenger side headlamp. If you look at the back side of your headlamp assembly, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the adjustment. Some of these headlight assemblies have 1, 2, or even more of them, but you should at least have one. This is how we're going to adjust the headlight beam. Now we're going to lower the top part of the beam down to just below this line. When you turn the adjustment to the right, it brings the beam up, and if you turn it to the left, it'll bring the headlight beam down. And this is this way on most vehicles. Let's continue on to doing the passenger side. All right, we properly aligned our TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, and on the quality TRQ headlamps for a pickup truck, the procedure is going to be the same. You're going to find your center dot, mark it, and then you'll measure from the level ground up to your dot. So once your headlamps are properly adjusted, it'll be time to adjust your fog lamps. You'll notice on the driver's side, the focal point is all the way at the bottom right now. I would like to bring it up so it meets up with approximately the bottom of the focal point of the headlight. Some fog lamps have an adjuster, others don't. The ones that do have an adjuster, you would just turn the adjustment to the left or to the right to adjust the beam up and down to where it needs to be. Now with your TRQ headlamps and fog lamps properly aligned, you can drive down the road safely.